Yeah, you are well. Uh, it's like we were having a technical problem. Please, if you can hear me, uh, just give me a signal. In this broadcast, you can write me a comment. You can do everything. You can send me. You can send me a signal if you are not hearing me because the technical problem I'm having is not just ordinary technical problem, but also has something to do with the new software I'm using. And I'm very, very sorry that people couldn't understand me and hear what I was saying. But uh, I believe everyone can hear me. If you can't hear me, just say no, you can't hear me. Understand? Let me continue where I stopped on what I was trying to explain to our people. You see, in the last few days, there has been a report going on about our governor, the governor of Edo State, uh, that he is not actually, sorry, somebody just wrote me, and let me see if I can pick anything from what he's saying. Not really. Uh, there is a report that is coming out of Edo State that for the past 3 months, our governor has not paid the money that is allocated to the traditional rulers of the Edo State or traditional council of Edo State, as it is called. Let us call a camp a camp. Let's call a city a city. You see, in Germany, as of now, the debate is ongoing about the return of the Benin Empire artifacts. And I believe everything has to do with that because the Benin people or the Edo people always wait till everything is irreparable before we start crying. We cry foul because we couldn't repair it again because we waited till everything is completely damaged. You see, in our history, we have undergone a lot of obstacles, and we have been able to come out of this obstacle, uh, come out happily, and this is one of them we are facing as of this moment. There are forces working on the ground to make sure all these artifacts are not returned. Are not returned because, sorry, I need to read the comment people sent to me to see if really they can't hear me. And yes, there's a lot of debate that is going on and a lot of people working on the ground to make sure those artifacts are not returned. Because in the past 3 weeks in Germany, or even in the parliament in Germany, the highest parliament, to say the fact, there has been a debate over this issue, you know. And I have been trying to understand why our Benin people are so quiet the way we are quiet. We can see the little result, the little systematic damage that has been done to our system. You know, the Benin Traditional Council is very, very important to the security of the Benin people or the Edo people. We can say the government that is being imposed on us, the so-called democracy, is alien to us in Edo State. In everywhere you go in Edo State, even though the smallest car then you will understand how our tradition functions. Why we are so safe where we are safe. Because if you go to the east today, I don't think people are so safe here. Or if you go to the north, or even in the western part of Nigeria. But if you come to the south, where the Edo State is situated, then you will understand what security means. You see, do you know why we are so secure? Why we said, okay, we can proud and go home and nobody's harmed and come back again to Europe? Because there are people working to safeguard us at home, working to safeguard our people at home. And this is our traditional council, because the nearest police station in every village is almost 10, 15 kilometers away from the nearest, from the village. So our Benin Traditional Council has a huge, they have a huge homework doing to make sure everybody is secure in that state. So I cannot see any reason why a sitting governor would come up to say he will not pay the money that is being allocated to these people. And at the same time, we have been warning on this governor because when this debate was going on in Germany, in the parliament, then the issue of the museum in Benin came up, the Emowa Museum, which the German government gave our governor, a huge sum of money to build this Emowa Museum. Till date, the Emowa Museum has not been realized. And I don't think this will be realized before the governor will be going out of the office. So the Germans are very, very afraid that their money will be wasted and that nobody can be able to account for this money. And they are trying to say if this money is wasted, there's no need of returning those artifacts to Nigeria because they are not sure that this artifact can be able to be kept in a place where they are going to be seen and all that. But this is where the white man has been making some mistakes because they treat us as if they own us. If you look at the way everyone was talking in the parliament, then you will understand these people still look at us as their own slave, as their own property. The way they talk about the Nigerian constitution, the way they talk about the outgoing Nigerian president and the coming Nigerian president, that they are going to change the constitution, they are going to change the agreement that has been written, that was written by President Buhari and all that. You see, these people are trying to explain the Nigerian constitution to us and also telling us they are going to change the Nigerian constitution. When we said Obaseki shouldn't involve himself on all these issues, people were thinking we are biased, we hate Obaseki, we do this and that. That was not really the case because we saw what was coming. What was coming is going to be a war between us, those who believe in something right, doing right things, and people who believe in doing politics. And this has been going on for a very long time. The governor has been standing on our way, trying to do everything possible that anywhere the artifact is being found in the world that could be returned. The Benin tradition has set the ground for us to be doing that because we know all this belongs to our forefathers. It doesn't belong to any alien government that was imposed on us. We, the children of Benin, we should rise up to make sure all these artifacts have been returned or should be returned from Germany. Benin always say, origa. But what I'm telling you now, that is the real truth of the whole matter. because there are some forces in from Benin and from source, us from other tribes that are colliding with the German, some German forces, from British, from Swiss, from Austria, try to collide, some in America, try to come together, try to start fabricating things that are not true against the Benin Empire. You see? And this is where the problem lies. Because our people, once the white man said something, we automatically believe everything they said. It's likewise the way they treat our history, because we believe everything we are being told about our history. We believe everything that they gave our people to write for us, that we should believe. We believe everything. But when our people are talking, we hardly believe. And when I'm saying this, in particular, the Benin history, the Benin history is one of the oldest history in the world. But today, we can see some of our brothers from Yoruba and some Igbos are trying to tell us our own history. And they are trying to tell us our whole history. By doing that, they always refer to people like who came from somewhere to sell their food on our own empire, while our own empire or our people has been existing thousands of years before these people came. And these people now are these people who wrote our history and using our brothers against brothers, using Igbos against the Edo people, using the Yorubas against the Edo people, because of the inferiority these people shows to these people. If Ibinima is in Europe, you know immediately this is Ibinima because we doesn't talk too much. We do what we want to do, and we say what we want to do. So, see, these people have been working seriously because there are some crucial artifacts that is among these artifacts that will tell the history of these people, that will tell correctly the history of these people. That is why some of them are doing everything, maybe arranging a movie to tell the history of Ododuwa and all that. That doesn't really concern us. Our history remains our history. We are whom we are, and we are whom we want to be. Nobody can change that. So in the history, in our own history, we know before even the Ogisos, we were having a John Were that existed thousands of years before the Ogisos. Even before coming to the Oba dynasty. So people should be very, very careful when they are talking about the Benin history as if they are talking about a few seconds ago. There's a lady from Germany who is doing that of recent, telling us with the Benin history just come up without the background. Can you imagine that? This is somebody who have never been in Benin City before, who has never even been in Nigeria before. Just because this woman loves everything about the Benin artifact and he doesn't want them to be returned to Benin, he's doing everything possible to make sure the delay of this artifact is being brought forward. And she has been doing this, not just her alone. She has been writing articles in every newspaper, in every television station, and others, even in Swiss, in Austria, in Germany, in Great Britain, and in America, and others. She has been doing this. And thank God our ancestors, they are not sleeping. And they are not sleeping. Why I'm saying they are not sleeping. There are people now in the German government who believe what they did to us was wrong. Who believe what they did to our ancestors was evil. And it is time to return what they took from us forcefully, to return them back to us. These are people that are being used by our ancestors. And we should also give thanks to them because without them, this artifact we would have not received any single one of them. So it's very, very important that we, as Benin, we also come out in social media in support of the return of the article. Because what the governor and some evil forces are trying to do is to make sure everything regarding the artifact is being blocked. Because we can see the sort of uh, insecurity he was trying to impose on Edo State. First of all, by organizing all these innovations, by organizing them to go against our monarch. And today, we know why he was doing that, because we were always saying, they went back. We can see every day he is coming with a new ideas on the way how to challenge the institution of the Benin tradition. You see, I'm not against the government, but anybody that step on our tradition, step on our history without respect, then we can also treat him without respect. Because when the era of Togba, the time of Togba, we were saying this, people doesn't really understand. Because when you give a wicked person power and you allow him to come to power, then the people will suffer. And when you give power to somebody who doesn't respect our tradition because he believes in Christianity, because he believes in Islam as, as his own tradition, we will always have this conflict because our our tradition has been existing thousands upon thousands of years before all this Christianity came, before Islam came, before all other religions come into existence in this part of this world we are talking about today. The Benin people already know there is God before the coming of the Portuguese, before the coming to existence of the Holy Arosa, who were already serving God. We know there was God, but they came and they told us our own God was evil. They have to replace it. They have to replace it because we were so fascinated from their own God that we were blind to see the evil their God is bringing to us. See, because when you go to Benin today, everybody will see what is going on. I'm not trying to criminalize every one of them, but I can tell you 98% of these people who they called man of God are actually man of evil. Because who made them man of God? This is you and other people that is following them. You see, in any society, there's always people like that. Anyway, because these people can talk very things that sweet the people, that the people are being blindfolded and do everything these people want them to do. You can see the crime that follow all this religion today. We are still having this problem. The crime is not reducing. It's not reducing, it's increasing because they are doing all they can to make sure they remain in power. Because our people believe everything they are being told by white person. When our tradition is talking, they said it's a lie, they are evil, this and that. You have to go back to the Old Testament. Then go to the Quran, then read the Quran. Then you will know this is not a religion that is truthful. This is not a religion that is peaceful. When they came, they said they are bringing civilization. They brought civilization with the Bible. And this civilization will be already civilized before they even came to our land. You know what they did? They destroyed our own civilization and imposed their own civilization on us. And this is the problem we are having today, that nobody really knows what is happening. If you ask anybody how the new tradition functions today, I can tell you 85% of the people will not know how the Benin tradition functions. Okay? Because we said our own is evil, we support what we thought is good. But we don't go further to see how did this religion come into existence? How did this civilization that is being imposed on us, how does it come to exist? If you go to Europe of 1980s, of 18th, of the, let me say, 18th century, centuries and something like that, then you will see a barbaric people. You will see people killing their own people. You will see people killing people because they suspect their witchcraft and all that. These are people who is bringing civilization to you. Even in France, when they were saying Benin were sacrificing, or Britain or everywhere in Germany or whatever, they were saying that we were sacrificing people. You know? The 1936, these people were still doing public execution by firing squad, by whatever means. You know? And we believe these people are bringing peace to us. They are bringing, but then we suffered a lot. The first military coup was organized from a foreign power. The second military coup, all the military coups that has been taking place in Nigeria are being organized by a foreign power. You know? So today we can see how the foreign influence, what is doing to us as people, what foreign religion is doing to us as a people, how we are being brainwashed day in and day out. I know people here who are Christians because I am not trying to put everybody in the same shoes. I know they are good Christians and I know they are good Muslims. But if you look at our society today, the way our society is being organized, then there's a cause for alarm because our people are getting the brain damage that you cannot correct this damage easily. But people call it chain, to break the chain. But I believe this is more than just a chain because you need a lot to do to make sure our people are really free from this. I am not atheist, nor anti-Christian, or not anti-Muslim, but we need to be saying the truth so that we have a good society tomorrow. Okay, look at the issue of Christianity in Edo State today, or in Lagos, or in Nigeria as a whole, where our pastors, our reverend fathers, and all that are interfering in politics. Not just interfering, and the way they treat our people. These people have private jets, they have armored vehicle, they have everything, where their followers are sleeping on the street. You know? So we have to be asking our people, how many tithes do you pay to our tradition every month? How many of do you pay to our tradition every month? I believe if you are paying the tithe and the offering you are paid to the church, you are paying to our traditional people, our traditional ruler. I think we need to be far more better out with development. But the tithe you pay in the churches, I used to buy aeroplane, I used to buy armor vehicle, and these have been brought from foreign land. You know? Our people, our traditional people have always worked for the betterment of our people. But we don't see this as an offense. You know, if you go to Western world today, the people who is bringing this to you, hardly you see, I can tell you, in the Western world, 98% of these people see our tradition as evil, while we see their own as perfect tradition. You know? And the way they regard us as their own property. You have to see this. You see? And if you talk about our tradition, our deities and all that, it's automatically evil to them. And we praise their tradition. We say this is, when you go to the New Testament, go to the other part of the Bible, you will see what evil is. Go to the Palestinian today, and you will see what evil is, how Christianity can do evil to people. even to their own Christian brothers and sisters. Go to Yemen today, then you will see how Islam can do genocide to other Islamic people. The Benin people have not done even 1% of what this atrocity these people have committed. And today they still call us evil. And we are supporting them to be calling our forefathers evil. I'm saying this because I always say we are seeds, because there are so many fabrications that was fabricated against our forefathers, telling us that our forefathers were evil, this and that. But our forefather was able to build a civilization that existed thousands of years before this people came. We were able to invent so many things, the first street light, the mouth, and so many other things that are being copied from us. And even the democracy we are talking about now, even the Christianity, you know. But today we see our forefathers as evil, as people we are not supposed to be measured with, or even supposed to be remembered. You know, you will see a child of today how you'll be talking about Jesus, talking about Isaac, or Moses, and other. But if you ask him what is the name of your forefather or grandfather, many of them doesn't even know it. So it's high time we start coming out to say what we believe is right and what is wrong. The stadium where our people are now is very, very wrong. It's completely wrong. We need to be coming out. I'm not saying nobody should believe on what he believes in, but don't bastardize our own. Our own is very, very important. And we should join the palace, the Omonoba of Benin, and some very many Edo people to bring peace to Edo State. Because if you refuse to pay 3 months allowance or allocation to the traditional ruler, you are at the same time trying to create a vacuum of insecurity, because these people, they are really the one that is providing security to our state. And by not doing that, you are trying to create insecurity, try to do something also against our tradition. You know, when people were giving you power, we call on every sons and daughters of the Benin Empire to look at what they are doing, you know, the way they were doing things, and why they were doing what they were doing, and the implications of all this. You might be doing good in some areas, but in some areas, when it comes to our tradition, when it comes to our rulers, you step on them as if they are your property. You know. Now, we elected House of Representatives and all that. This is the high time we have to elevate our traditional rule to a level that they are not even under the government of any state. Because our people respect our traditional rulers more than the government or a commission or a local government chairman. You know, this is an insult on our people. And these are things we always commonize. We don't talk about it because we feel it's not important. But these things are very, very important. Your governor can run away tomorrow, but your traditional ruler, they will not run away. They will be there. They will be there to stand with you. Although not all of them are also good, but I can tell you 99% or 95% of these people are very good. Make sure they bring security to the area they are in. Because what is good for them is also good for you. What is bad, what is working against them is also working against you. People need to understand it. The Benin artifact should not be used as a weapon against our people. Should not be used as a weapon against our traditional ruler. Because this is what makes us. Religion doesn't make us. We are human beings first. We were born. We choose the religions we want to follow as we were growing or being influenced by our fathers and mothers. But today, we can see the damage religion is doing to us. We left all the events we were having before, all things we invented and everything But today we concentrate on reading the Bibles, reading the Quran, rather than reading ourselves, using our brain ourselves. We allow this religion to take over our brain. Sorry. We should be working towards how to regain our freedom back from this religion. You know, the Europeans we are trying to imitate, they are also religious. They are religious. But when it comes to the area of science, when it comes to the area of their tradition, when it comes to the area of respecting their tradition, they don't play with it. Because we always see our tradition as evil, while these people see their tradition as love, as loving their own people, loving their tradition. See, when we serve our gods today, and maybe we offer a goat or something like that, people will say, oh, they are serving Juju, they are serving. You know, what do you know about the European religion? What do you know about the American religion? Or when people talk about polygamy today, everybody relates polygamy to Africa. But people doesn't really understand that there's polygamy in America, even in Europe. There's polygamy in Europe. So people should understand when they are doing things. You see, the Europe of 1801 or 1701, 1601 or 1401 or 1301, 1201, they were so brutal to their people. You know, you need to go deep into the history of Europe before you start demonizing our history. If you go in there, then you will understand what is really what is evil and why why they have the word named evil. So when we talk about evil, we automatically turn our brain down to our tradition. And when we talk of something good, people will turn to their head to the Western world. But believe me, nobody will give you anything good without paying a heavy price for it. Believe me, and this is the price we are paying for what they are giving us. We are losing our brain. We are losing our history. We are losing our pride. We are losing everything that is meaningful to us. And this is exactly what is going on today. Please believe me, whether you like it or not, we are already influenced to a stage that even our own mothers, our own fathers, when you go to somewhere like Ghana, even some parts in Edo State, you call your own mother a witch. You call your own father a witch because the pastor tell you your mother is standing on your way, not to progress. So these are things that doesn't really exist before the coming of the white man. You can see the conflict, the inner conflict, the family conflict that these people impose on us. And this is the same, we are going through the same issue right now. Our artifacts, our forefathers are so evil. They created artifacts to remember all the things they have been doing. And now you find all these artifacts in the whole world. In the whole world. They are calling our people evil. But they are keeping all the things that belong to us. All the things that will help us to remember who we are is being kept in their museums, in their hidden places, in their galleries where they are hidden. Some of them are even hidden. They are so important for the whole world that they are being hidden somewhere that nobody should come across it. Because they will tell us our whole full history. Our own full history. Because they know when they come to the public and people know the truth, nobody will go back to them again. Nobody will listen to them. I'm not here to preach against anybody, but to revive our souls, to make sure somebody come out. When you see evil, speak against evil. When you see something good, speak for good. You see, all the armed robbers that have been caught in Benin, either they are Christian or they are Muslim, hardly you see any of them who is a traditionalist or a traditional ruler. Apart very few of them, very few. They are in minority. You know, there was a time that I went to the CID's headquarters in Benin. There were some people there, some criminals that was brought forward. You know, maybe asking them who they are, their religion. I can tell you 65% of them were Christians. Were Christians and the rest were Muslims. You know? So if these religions are so peaceful, as we are saying, why do we have all these criminals? Why do we have apostles as criminals? Why do we have reverend fathers as criminals? We have to start analyzing all this. You see, our tradition is not functioning the way it's supposed to be functioning today because it's also influenced by all this religion we are talking about. Before any Inogi committed any atrocities against this community, they will think twice that he is going to swear before the whole Benin kingdom, taking oath before the whole Benin kingdom or the Benin empire to say, I'm going to serve my people with full heart without evil thinking another. But today we doesn't see all this again. Because our people say they are going to church. Some of them were traditional rulers. They go to churches and do everything they want to do. And then you see, when it comes to the issue of land, how people disgrace us because of plots that is not worth millions. That's the money, even the money, you don't see how they spend it. So for me, I am calling on all Edo's sons and daughters, all Benin, to come out to talk to our own governor because we gave him this power that is being misused now. Because pajamas, they will not let it go if he cannot be able to account for the whole money that is being given to him. And this is going to affect the return of this artifact. We should think twice before we start talking, before we start showing anything in the television, what he did, the road he tied, and all that. Let us be frank. Let us be truthful to ourselves. The past governors of Edo State, all of them have done evil to our tradition. Because when people say, oh, Sumole respect our tradition, he didn't respect our tradition. It's not by going to the palace and kneel down before the king that make you to be respecting our tradition. Because we know also the atrocities he committed against some of the Benin traditional rulers that period. I suspended some of them, I kicked some of them out of the group. So it's likewise the same thing that is being done today. It's only in another form. Only in another form. So let us let us be coming out. Let us be coming out and call evil evil and call something good good. Because immediately you start stepping on our tradition, then you started immediately stepping on us. Because our tradition, our heritage, this is something that's made us. And the custodian of the Benin tradition, the Benin custom, the Benin heritage, is in the custody of the Benin traditional rulers, headed by the Oba of Benin. So if any governor or any foreign power is trying to influence, use our people against our people, I think it's high time we go against that. Because I believe there's power working with Obaseki, the governor of Edo State, from Germany, giving him the guidelines how he's supposed to be doing this. But we, the Edo people, we must be very proud of our ancestors because our ancestors have now had friends in Germany also right now, working together to make sure all this artifact is being returned because they knew exactly what they did to our people was evil. Was evil that all this artifact doesn't belong to them. It belongs to our people. And what they are mistaking is that Nigeria, that artifact belongs to Nigeria, is a mistake. Because if when they understand what Nigeria means, what the Benin Empire means, I believe they will understand why it's very, very important to keep all these artifacts in the custody of the Oba of Benin. And we should also remember that if not our forefather who came out to save Midwestern state, Bende state, Edo state, most of us will have been calling ourselves Yoruba today because the way people stand to ruin us, to make sure we forget our history, they were very, very, very strong. But our ancestors stand with us to make sure we have a brighter future as beneath. I believe and I think we should respect them for that. So that's my own believing. So I'm going to be leaving this podcast today, and I'm going to be coming up again with some new information from the German side, from the American side, and the British side, because everything is cooking. Everything is cooking because people are talking about the money that was given to Edo State to, to build a museum, and they are showing us a graphic of this museum that is even it's laughable. You know, that such a huge amount of money is not being used for something that is very, very for a museum that is sophisticated. That's that. I'm sorry to say this because I see this plan as a faith plan, and that people should be held accountable for all this. So thank you very much for joining me. And once again, I have to apologize for the past two live podcasts today because I was experiencing some technical problem. But I hope we have been able to solve this technical problem. But in the future, we are going to be coming out without the technical problem. But we are still trying to see other software which is better to go to live because we are not just broadcasting to Facebook, we are also broadcasting to Facebook. Uh, I said Facebook, yeah, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and so other channels. And please invite friends and well wishers to subscribe to our own page, to our Facebook page, to our YouTube page, to our Twitch, another page that belongs to the Benin Empire Advancement League. And for my own private page, I also have a page called Esosa Blog. Esosa Blog is a Pan-Africa blogging station, and it's talk about Africa, talk about African leaders, talk. It's a little bit educative, also a basketball blog because always say the truth and not sugarcoating. Let me put it that way. And yes, I've just started building it, and I believe in 2-3 months' time, it's going to be fully recognized internationally. And I want people to follow, also subscribe, and do the same thing as they did to the Benin Empire Advancement League. So thank you for joining me, and I appreciate everyone. And like and subscribe to our pages. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a great Sunday. Bye bye. And better next week for everyone. Bye bye. Oh, let's go. Let's see.